Hey, shalom, shalom, mishpocha. Welcome to another edition of Brave Ash's Ramblings. I'm your host, Rabbi Yehudah ben Shomeyr, and today I'm going to be talking about fundraising on the Sabbath. The reason I'm doing this video is because I've had many viewers and many people I know come to me and ask, is it permissible, is it right to raise money for good causes on the Sabbath, such as, the synagogue building fund or a youth project or a missions project or what have you. So I decided to write a blog about it, and I'd like to share that with you right now. In Orthodox Judaism, money is not carried or handled on the Sabbath, and thus one giving their tithe or offering during the week or after the Havdalah service immediately at the close of Sabbath. Synagogues do not have offering plates or take up a collection as they do in Christian churches. They have what's called a tzedakah box, in which a congregant on their own regularly puts monetary funds into the box for synagogue expenses, charities, and such. No service, no songs, no passing the offering plate. But I see no problem with carrying money for the purpose of dropping it into the tzedakah box on Sabbath at your local synagogue. For monetary offerings temporarily take the place of the sacrifices. And if sacrifices were given and offered on Sabbath, as well as high holy days, which are equal to the Sabbath, and even some pilgrimage sacrifices were exchanged for money and a festive meal with the priest, I see no problem with dropping in a monetary sacrifice on Sabbath. However, I do take up issue with raising money for projects such as charity drives, building fund, youth projects, and even missions projects. In the Brit Hadesha, even Rav Shaul would not permit the Corinthian synagogues to collect money for him on Sabbath. 1 Corinthians 16, 1-2, it says, "Now concerning the collection for the saints, as I have given order to the Kehilas in Galatia, even so do ye. Upon the first day of the week," that's Sunday, not Sabbath, not Saturday, not when the Jews and Jewish believers and Jewish and Gentile believers who walked and followed the Torah met on the Sabbath day, on Saturday, not on Sunday. So it says, "Upon the first day of the week, let every one of you lay by him in store, as God hath prospered him, and that there be no gathering when I come." So basically, Rav Shaul is saying, yep, go ahead and take up a collection, but make sure you do it on Sunday. Maybe hold a special communal synagogue type of meeting in order to raise funds, but don't do it on the Sabbath day. Don't do it on Saturday. Don't do it on Sabbath. Rav Shaul was requesting that donations for him and his work be set aside on the first day of the week, which is Sunday. This money was to be collected ahead of time so that when Rav Shaul arrived, the money would be ready to take to the believers in Jerusalem for distribution. Business matters, especially those regarding money, are not conducted on the Sabbath. Therefore, any collection of this sort would have to be done sometime during the week, Sunday through Friday. The Sabbath is not the topic of this verse. A donation for the saints is. These were Jews and Gentile believers who kept the traditions of the Jewish faith and worshipped on the Sabbath, not Sunday. Nothing in this passage indicates a Sunday worship service. This verse merely speaks of a practical matter regarding fundraising, not about replacing God's Sabbath with a Sunday collection service. Business is not conducted on the Sabbath, and seeing as business deals with work, a livelihood, making and exchanging money, money in a business manner is not handled on the Sabbath. Therefore, we do not buy nor sell on the Sabbath. Fundraising is actually a career for some people, and thus deemed as a business or a work. No matter how charitable or godly the cause, therefore fundraising is different than giving one's monetary offering, which can be given on the Sabbath and is hence not permitted. The verses I would like to cite for you to maybe look up on your own is Exodus 20:10, 31:15, Leviticus 23:3, Deuteronomy 5:14, Amos 8:5, Nehemiah 10:31, and 13, verses 15 and 19. Thanks for watching. Shalom and Shavuot Tov.